didn't see you there. And welcome back to another edition of Midweek Moment with the Crenshaws. I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the most magnificent, my BFF, my bestie, my down like four flats on a 64 Cadillac,
What?
the Harley Quinn to my Joker.
What is going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw. What is going on?
That's my wife, family.
Hey, babe. How you feeling?
That's my wife, family.
How you doing?
I am feeling well. I'm feeling well.
Yes, me too.
So, once again, this is a midweek moment.
It is a midweek moment.
And we just want to take a moment to thank you, family. Yes. Thank you for being a part of us.
Yes.
Crazy part, this is our 35th episode. We are 35 episodes in.
Yes.
Which is crazy when you think about it.
Because when we thought about it, we were just doing something.
Yeah, it's like, let's just do
therapy.
this. Let's just see what happens.
Yes.
If we get through 3 episodes, let's see.
Let's see.
But we are 35 episodes in.
Yes.
And after I do the quick housekeeping, we're going to circle back around to that for a moment.
Go for it.
So we just want to thank you guys for our new listeners. However you found us, however you're listening to us, we thank you for being a part of our journey. We thank you for joining the family. So whether you're listening to us on iTunes, on Podbean, on Spotify, on Google Play Music, iHeartRadio.
Because every time we do this, you forget iHeartRadio.
Actually, I wasn't, but I'm glad you jumped in.
You do. You forget. You be counting with your fingers.
Yeah, the last time, but I had it this time because I was actually in the middle of saying and then you jumped in. But that's fine because we's a team.
We's a team.
We work well.
We's a team. As you can see, we a team. People. Last time we spoke, he was looking for resumes.
I'm still accepting resumes.
He's not accepting resumes, people. But go ahead.
Or if you're listening on our personal website, which is www.thecrenshawcorner.com. However you're listening, we just thank you for being a part of us.
We love you, man.
And for our returning family members, we truly thank you guys for hanging in there with us.
Yes.
We know it's a rabbit hole a lot of the times. But yet you come back and we thankful. We are so grateful.
And blessed.
We do not take that lightly.
Yeah.
The fact that you invite us into your life, that you invite us into your ears, that you invite us into your soul, and that you actually listen and partake in what we do.
Yeah.
So we just thank you.
Thank you, guys, especially when, the Crenshaws like to shake it up. Because some Wednesdays is Wednesday morning. Then some Wednesdays is Wednesday evening.
And some Wednesdays is like almost Thursday. Some Wednesdays it is Thursday.
Yeah, so we like to shake it up a little bit. So thank you guys for being so faithful.
Yeah, we
are blessed. Thank you, seriously. We love you guys so much.
And like I said, just kind of circling back around. So this is our
Circle
30th.
back.
Circle back.
Go ahead.
This is our 35th episode.
That's crazy.
So what we decided to do, 35, it's big to us. It may not be big to anybody else, but it's big to us.
It's big to us.
So what we decided to do is just kind of look back and look at our previous episodes just to kind of see, what has had the most views or the most listens rather. And it turns out that our true honesty is what had the most views. We did an episode that was called How the Crenshaws Got Their Groove Back. And during that episode, we invited you into our truth table.
Yeah, we got the truth table.
And
I pray for the truth table.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's,
for those who are not familiar with the truth table, basically what happens is that the truth table is just that you come with your truth.
Yeah.
You come not looking to hurt anyone's feelings, but in all honesty, you're not really worried about feelings at that point.
Exactly.
What you're doing is that you're telling your truth.
Yes.
And as you're telling your truth, the person that you're speaking with, they're being respectful. Mm-hmm. They're allowing you to be vulnerable. They are not casting any judgment. Right. And then once that truth table conversation is ended, it stays at the truth table.
Right.
There are no grudges.
Right.
We don't carry anything over. So what we decided to do is kind of continue along that vein and to stay at the truth table just for a moment.
Today.
And then, babe, I got a question for you.
Yes.
So, we've heard the saying.
Yes.
And we've heard it a lot of the times, and you said it to me.
Like the way I said.
I like the way you said that. I like the way you said that.
Carry on.
The saying that health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
You said that.
I say it all the time.
You said that all the time. Mm-hmm. I've heard a lot of other people say, health is wealth.
Yeah.
So, babe, since we're at the truth table, I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. If health is wealth, why we broke?
Yeah, we broke. We broke. You know what? I don't like to say Baroque. I want to say health challenge.
Health challenge.
Yes.
Financially insecure.
And
That's what I'm gonna say when it comes to
health challenge.
Yeah, because if health equals wealth,
right.
I'm curious why the Crenshaws are financially insecure.
Yeah.
And here's what brought that up.
And not financial like the funds, but health-wise, people. Health-wise. At first, we blamed it on COVID.
Yeah.
We was like the COVID-15, honey. You here?
Yeah, we
you
blamed it on
COVID. But it's March, April, May, June.
It's June.
Now.
It's almost July.
We can't do that no more.
Yeah,
it's
and
more,
so
it's us. It's us now.
It's really us, and kind of what got us here in this particular conversation.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell my truth.
Tell your truth, baby.
You know, I'm not gonna
you
tell
can't
your
tell
truth.
my truth. You can't tell my truth.
I'll leave it up to you whether or not you want to tell your truth.
I'm going. Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm gonna tell my truth.
Tell your truth, bro.
So a little while ago, on one of our previous podcasts, you know, we had talked about kind of doing a health challenge, doing a weight loss challenge. You know, I had bragged that, you know, right before COVID, I was at 320. You know, I was down to like 380, and I was bragging and I was
280,
boasting.
baby, not
280. I'm sorry, 280.
Your number
right.
going
It
up.
really went up. So I was like, going into COVID, I was 320. You know, at the time that we did that podcast, I had lost weight. I had got down, you know, to a very slim 280. Very slim.
Very slim 280.
280. And, you know, I was boasting. I was bragging.
Telling me he was going to beat me.
You know what I'm saying? Walking around, sticking my little chest out.
Yes, honey.
And then COVID continued.
Right.
And then, you know, days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months.
Can you blame it on COVID?
Right now, I'm gonna blame it on Coco.
Go blame it on Coco.
Right now, I'm gonna blame it on Coco.
Okay.
And so,
just checking.
And then I happened to make a mistake.
What was your mistake?
And I decided, you know what? There's a scale right there. Let me step upon it. Let me step upon the scale. And when I stepped upon the scale,
my God, you could preach this if you wanted to.
Yeah. I was back up to 300.
Yes, you were.
Before I knew it.
Before you knew it.
And then it happened.
What happened, baby?
Then you convinced me, babe, you need to go see somebody because you're not resting well at night.
Yes.
Matter of fact, you stopped breathing. I was like, nah, babe, you just over-exaggerating.
No, that's not what you really... Tell the people what you said.
What did I say?
First of all...
Remind me what I said.
I'll say for the last 2 or 3 months.
Last 2 or 3 months, yeah.
We both been exhausted.
Very much so.
Very tired.
Like waking to the point, especially with me, to the point of aggravated tired.
Right. Just really, really tired. Dark rings under my eyes. Just everything. And not sleeping well at all. Because someone, I'm not going to name no names.
You going to name no names?
My God. Was snoring so loud. And then if that wasn't, when this person wasn't snoring, there was a pause, like he wasn't breathing.
Them daggone neighbors, man. I walked through things. Daggone neighbors.
I know.
Nosy kids.
What was happening was I was staying up at night to kind of like, if he did that pause, I would shake the bed, elbow him, wake him up.
Straight hit me.
Or, hey, babe, get on your side.
Yeah.
Want more pillows for him to lift his head up. I was trying everything because I just felt very uncomfortable with it. It just, in my spirit, seriously, something wasn't right, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And I kept telling him, hey, babe, you stop breathing. Like, babe, you tripping. First of all, this is what you really said. I would know if I stopped breathing.
Yeah, I said
what?
That. I said that. That's what I said.
That makes no sense
That's
How
what I said.
you gonna know
that.
if you stop breathing?
Put that in the book. That's what I said. I said that.
Nobody follow anything that he does, y'all. I keep telling you, brothers, stop following him. But anyway, so finally I talked him into going to his doctor first.
Yeah, so finally I went to my doctor,
yes.
Explained what's going on. You know, they gave me, because I really was not resting at all. I've never been a person that, once I got of age, in my younger days, you know, my early teens. In my heyday.
In your heyday.
You know, in my early teens, I could easily sleep 12, 13 hours, no problem. Yeah. As I got older, my 13 hours of rest went to about 4 hours. And then it got to the point, if I was getting 3 to 4 hours per night.
You felt good about yourself.
I felt good about it, you know. And then I told that to my doctor. My doctor looked at me like I was crazy. And then and actually, back up just a little bit. I went to a specialist. See, here's the thing: when you go to the doctors, you got to go to who you know. They know what they're talking about. because every doctor can't fix everything.
No, because what I did not like, and I have to put this out there. I have nothing against doctors. I have incredible, amazing friends that are doctors. My doctor's incredible. But what I don't like about doctors sometimes is not listening. So everywhere that he went, they wanted him to pop a pill.
Yeah,
they gave him sleeping pills.
That was the answer.
Take a sleeping pill, it'll get better. Take a sleeping pill. He was like, take a sleeping pill. It wasn't getting better, and I just felt like they were not listening to him, or let me just say that either they weren't listening to him, or he wasn't conveying because he wouldn't let me go in. The doctor, because
I'm a grown behind man.
I like to convey. I
can convey for myself. I'm a grown behind man.
Excuse me. Pause. Put that pin in that. I feel like, ladies, and if you guys agree, husbands go into the doctor's office and they don't give all of the information. They don't go give no, sir. They don't give the play-by-play and what's really going on. So either he wasn't going in the doctor's office and tell him what was really going on about his snoring and blah, 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 blah. Or he might have went in there and just said he wasn't sleeping, or the doctor wasn't listening. And every single time, I think for the last 3 times, everybody just wanted to give him sleeping medication.
That's neither here nor there.
Oh, now you don't want to talk about it?
Neither here nor there.
Okay, so you don't want to talk about it now?
Neither here.
Okay, cool.
So eventually, I got in contact.
It's here nor there because you don't want to talk about it?
Here nor there.
What makes it not here nor there?
Can we continue?
I'm just asking you why it's not here nor there.
This is a midweek moment. It's not a full episode.
But I'm asking you why is it...
Can I continue my thought process?
Continue the thought.
Ma'am, thank you very much. Mm-hmm. So ended up going to a specialist, went to a sleep specialist. So got with us, ended up having to do a sleep study.
Now let me ask you a question. How did you get there? Because they were giving you medication all the time. Because again, I'm serious.
Because I kept fighting it.
I don't remember.
Because I kept fighting it, and I kept saying something. Even though they kept giving me the sleeping pills, I kept going back and saying, no, something's wrong. No, something's wrong. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, let's do a sleep study. It's how I got there. I kept pushing
advocating
the issue.
And pushing.
Yeah, I kept advocating for myself and pushing the issue, which I did by myself. I didn't need you there, but that's neither here nor
whatever.
there.
But you know why? You know why he was doing that, guys? Because every time he came home with that medication, and every time he stopped breathing, I was like, bruh, they not doing it right. They not doing it right. Okay. I'm just saying, because you advocate, because I kept being on your behind.
Can I continue?
But let's just get that part right.
Can I continue?
Okay, continue. I'm just saying.
Nah, but Tyra, everything ain't about you.
I'm just saying.
So, ended up, got with a sleep study. Had to do the sleep study. Of course, with COVID, no contact and everything. So they sent me the information I needed. It was a device. It's like a watch they sent me. So I wore that. Sent it back, overnighted it back.
But that's another thing, babe. That was the whole sleep study, because it was a watch with.
It was a watch with a blood pressure monitor connected to my finger, and then a heart monitor, like an EKG connected to my chest.
That was different for the first time. That was different.
Yeah, it really was.
That was different.
So I wore that. Did the sleep study that night, sent the information, sent it back to them the next day. Within like 36 to 48 hours, business hours, they contacted me back. Mm-hmm. So it turns out that I not only have sleep apnea, I have severe sleep apnea. Mm-hmm. And for anyone who's not familiar with the term sleep apnea, or actually what it is, layman's terms is basically you stop breathing for a certain amount of time per hour each night when you sleep. Mm-hmm. So she was telling me how most people, 1 maybe 2 times per hour, you kind of catch your breath or whatever, you'll stop breathing at night. Mm-hmm. It's kind of normal, that part. However, I was averaging over 30 times per hour where I would actually stop breathing at night. So it turns out my wife was correct that I actually was not breathing.
Yeah. And I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going to die on my watch.
And because actually you literally
People
can
pass
die
away from it.
in your sleep from sleep apnea.
Yeah.
So now I'm on the CPAP machine. So now I look like Darth Vader.
The Darth Vader. I always want to say dark. Is it
Darth?
Darth. D-A-R-T-H?
D-A-R-T-H.
I always want to say Darth. For all this time, I thought it was Dark Vader.
No, because actually Darth is a title.
Darth Vader.
Vader is actually his name.
Okay.
It's his transitional name because, of course, he was Anakin Skywalker.
But he's wearing all black, so can't we just call him Dark?
No, because his name is not Dark Vader.
Darth.
His name is Darth.
Okay,
his title is Darth.
Darth Vader.
Because he's a Sith Lord. But anyway.
Okay, Darth Vader.
Here nor there.
Darth Vader.
So I'm wearing this mask at night, to help me breathe.
Yeah.
And so basically what it does is that when I stop breathing, it kicks in oxygen to kind of restart me. Mm-hmm. So it's a constant oxygen level. So it starts at like 5%, and goes up to like 15, whatever. I'm not quite sure exactly how it works, but what it does is it continuously feeds me oxygen at night, and then when I stop breathing on my own, it jumps up the oxygen count to push in oxygen so I don't die in my sleep. So why are we having this conversation? We're having this conversation because, once again, we make the statement that health is wealth.
Yeah.
But for some reason right now, when it comes to the health department, the Crenshaws are broke.
Yeah.
So, babe, my question is, why? What happened? How do we get here?
I think that just not paying attention. Like, it's so crazy because we pay attention to the children. We pay attention to our finances. People know we love finances.
Right.
We pay attention to our finances. We pay attention to our grandbaby. We pay attention to serving at church. We pay attention to our jobs. We pay attention to so many things. But I don't think that we take this body, this vessel, this temple, as the Bible says, for granted. We don't pay attention to it. And even if we do, we push it to the limit even when it's telling us that something is wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that also making unhealthy choices. I think we don't diet, first of all. That's not something that we do. We don't diet. But we have a tendency of what we call, I call it the double Dutch.
What's
eating.
the double Dutch?
You know, we vegetarians and we jump in.
Oh, yeah.
We all in. We all in
in.
the vegetarian.
As long as that rope is turning.
That
If
rope is turning.
make a mistake and stop,
or slow down.
we done.
We out. We out the game. We try something else. And I think that we just, as we're getting older, we haven't realized that it's so much harder to not only lose the weight because, and the thing with sleep apnea, what I know for sure, it doesn't matter how much you weigh or don't weigh.
No, it
really
doesn't.
has nothing to do with that. Because I think a lot of people, one of the things they'd be like, oh, if you lose weight, blah, some of that doesn't have anything to do with that. Same thing with me. People like you lose weight, and I need to be honest, but it's more hormonal than anything, and so trying to put my hormones in check.
Yeah.
My truth was, I've been going to hormone therapy, replacement therapy, for like 3 years. Was it 3 years?
Yeah, it's like 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
And people asked me about it. I taught people about it. Talked to people about it. Taught them about it. Gave them my doctor's information and all of that. And so when I felt better and I felt good, like a year and a half in, I decided to take myself, you understand, off the hormone therapy. And the goal for hormone replacement therapy is so you can wean yourself off of it anyway.
Right.
But you still have to be mindful of your body.
But you didn't wean yourself off. You just cold turkey stopped.
Well, yeah. I want to tell my truth.
I'm just saying. I just want to make sure you forget that part.
I felt like I was weaning it off.
Nah, you took it on Sunday and then you stopped taking it on Monday.
Yeah, I just was like, okay, done with that.
I
Because
won't do that anymore.
I guess because I thought that I felt good. And so, just like Sanchez, so I wasn't sleeping, wasn't resting, gaining weight, just hormone, like emotions all over the place, not feeling really good about myself or anything, like just blah, wake up, blah, go to bed, blah, wake up, blah, go to bed, blah. Now you put COVID-19 and being in the house with the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm
Now
saying?
you want to fight somebody.
Now I want to fight, and so it became this thing, and it really didn't become a thing till like last month. I think it was the last month.
I think last month when
last
it came
month
to head.
when it came to head, like something's wrong, something's really wrong. So I called my doctor. She said, "Ange, come get some blood tests," and I do. And again, this is my hormone replacement doctor. I have a hormone replacement therapy doctor, and so normally I see one of her assistants or I talk to one of her assistants. This time I didn't talk to any of her assistants. She wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, you went straight to the main doctor.
I went to the main doctor. And normally she doesn't do that,
Well, she does it for me. I see her all the time. I've never had to see one of her assistants. I see the main doctor all the time.
Really?
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Really?
Continue your story.
Really?
Continue your story. I don't even know who her assistants are.
Really?
Never met any of them.
Are you done?
I'm done. I'm through. Go right ahead.
I almost choked you out.
I'm just saying.
I almost choked you out. I caught myself.
I'm just saying.
I felt good about myself.
I've never met them.
Whatever. Okay. Hello.
If they walked up to me right now and introduced themselves, I wouldn't know them.
If y'all hear this microphone fumbling,
I'm just saying.
it's him falling to the ground. Amen.
Continue.
Amen. So, with COVID and everything like that, you can't go. You go to get your blood test, and you're kind of locked in this room or whatever after they take your temperature and all this good stuff. But to actually talk to actually after get the results and talk to her, we had to do it over the phone. You like your little Zoom call or whatever the case is, and so or a regular call, whatever. And she said, Angela, what happened to you? And I was like, what? She was like you are back where you started from a year and a half ago. I was like almost in tears because a year and a half ago when I started this journey, I felt like crap. And I could feel myself going back in that direction, but I thought I knew what to do. You know, I can handle it. I can do it. I don't need to take this anymore.
Can I interject for a moment?
Interject? Of course you can.
The crazy part is that it's not that you thought you knew what to do. You do know what to do.
Yeah, well, this is true.
Because the one thing that you've done in these last 3 or 4 years is that you have thoroughly educated yourself on hormones and the effect of hormones and imbalances and eating right and the right supplements, and you really you've done that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a fact of thinking that you knew what you were doing, because you did know what you were doing, but something shifted. So what was it?
I don't know what shifted. I don't know. I just think that I just was like, again, I just think that everything was just getting in the way. I would love to see him be like, okay, I have an epiphany. When I walked into the kitchen, no, it's none of that. I just think that I just let myself go and I didn't concern myself. And with that being said, took my body, my temple for granted. I think I just let myself go. I wish I had something deep.
Right.
I don't have nothing deep to say. I just let it go, and I made my health an afterthought. My finance wasn't, my children wasn't, my husband wasn't, the job wasn't, none of that was an afterthought, and there was so many stressful times that was going on, not even before COVID, with the job and everything else. And so food was my comfort. So, food was my comfort. And every time I felt moody or whatever, I felt like instead of me recognizing or knowing that I know that it's my hormones, I would just like, if I eat a snack or if I do something or whatever.
And I think that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people get caught up into that because we've had these conversations with people. I've personally had them. You've personally had them. We've had them individually. We've had them as a group.
Yeah.
And what happens is that first of all, being healthy to a lot of people is too hard. Because it can be hard.
It can
because because here's the thing about health is not blanket. So because healthy wise, what works for me, it's not going to may not work for you.
Exactly.
Because our body chemistry is different.
Totally different.
And so what happens is that and when you get frustrated where, and I've been this way because I used to have a workout partner a few years back. And we would go to the gym together, and he would get on the weight machine, and I would get on the weight machine, and we would be doing the same exercises, but I would see the improvement in him long before I would see it in me,
right?
And I would get discouraged behind it,
that's
because I'm looking at it and saying, okay, but we're doing the same things,
right?
But you're seeing results that I'm not seeing, so I would get frustrated, so I stopped.
Yeah, and I think, too, when it comes to results, too, we're always going to see other people's results better than we're going to see our own.
I think that's true.
Someone else, I think there's something, I don't know if it was J.J. Smith, if you guys are familiar with her, you can look her up, J.J. Smith, 10-Day Green Smoothie. She don't sponsor us, but I love her. And one thing she said, and I think it's 4 to 5 weeks, people will start seeing the difference. But it takes you about 12 weeks to 14 weeks to see your own difference, you know? People girl, you ever had somebody say, you look like you're losing weight, and you're like, really? You think so? And you're like, I don't feel that way, but they're looking at you, and you are making a difference. So I had to make a decision, how can I have non-scale victories? The NSV is what they call them, where I can just be excited today about what I accomplished today.
Right.
Because I think what happens with me personally when it comes to losing weight and getting healthy, I'm all gung-ho about it, but my mind is so far in the future instead of being present. And so that future seems so far away. So as I'm doing it, I kind of wear myself out and wear myself down and be like, this is too, how many pounds? And I understand goals are good. I'm a goal writer. You know me. I'm a vision. I'm a goal writer.
Write the vision to make it plain.
Right. But sometimes I have to slow my roll and slow down for me personally because I get discouraged because I'm like, okay, so I thought by now I would have lost at least this many pounds.
Yeah.
And when I don't, I'm like, okay, fine. And then I eat a cookie. And then the next thing I know,
that one cookie,
the Oreos is gone. The whole Oreo pack.
Because I'm good at that. I'm good for because I'll do that. I'll drink a gallon of water a day. I'll do that. I'll juice. I'll do smoothies. I'll do that for like 3 days. But then let me mess up and see a cookie I like, or let me mess up and see get a bag of candy.
Yeah.
And now that one piece of candy is turned into a whole bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've already fallen off, so I might as well
Keep on
stay.
going.
I might as well just keep.
That's the craziest thing, though. I already fell off, so let me go ahead and eat the cake now. I ate the pack of cookies, now I'm eat the cake. It's like, well, that makes no sense, but that's what we did.
Yeah. And I think what you said, actually, I know what you said, the light bulb, because we get caught up in the destination a lot of the times, because we know, okay, so I want to lose 20 pounds.
Right.
So that's the final goal. I want to lose 20 pounds. And we get so caught up in losing that 20 pounds that when we only lose a half a pound in a week, then we get discouraged and not realizing, okay, but that's a half a pound down.
That's a half a pound down.
You know, one thing I used to always say when I actually did leave the house to work, you know, and people would ask, you know, how was your day or whatever, or they'd be complaining. It's like, oh, it's only 10 o'clock. You know, why won't the time go fast? It's only 10 o'clock. I was like, no, but okay, it's 10 o'clock. That means I'm that much closer now to going home than I was an hour ago.
When I first started.
You know, and I had that mentality when it came to work. Right. You know, yeah, okay, it may only be 10 o'clock. I've been here since 7. I don't get off to 4. I don't get off to 5. But, it's 10 o'clock, but I'm that much closer to going home. But I never looked at that same mentality when it came to weight.
Right.
You know,
health.
I want to lose 10 pounds. I only lost a pound. But with that pound, it puts me that much closer to my ultimate goal.
Right.
And it's just looking at it from a different perspective. And I think what happens with our health a lot of the times is that we look at it from the wrong perspective. We look at it from instead of looking at what we have, we look at what we don't have.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, not considering. I think that there's I think you said so good that we kind of like want to fast forward our journey. Yeah. You know, want to be so quick in getting over the journey. And I think for me, it's just like, I'm like, yo, I've been down this road before. I get so aggravated because I'm like, I've been down this road before. I'm educated in it. It's not like I'm not educated in it. I study anything that I want to do. I study it anyway to no end. So why aren't I applying? I don't think I like the way. Why am I not?
Right.
I like that better. See, why am I not? Why am I not applying those same strategies and everything else to my health? Because what's happening, this is the only body that we have. So I can become as rich as I want, as wealthy as I want. I can have 5 grandbabies, an amazing husband, and a job, and blah, 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 blah. But if my body is not strong and healthy, none of it I'm going to enjoy.
Right.
You know? And again, and we always talk about, and this is what's frustrating for me and you, we always talk about saving our money and doing what we need to do because we're always up in the of what 70 and 80-year-old Angela Sanchez is going to say. You know, this is a truth table, so we just transparent and being honest about us, you know. So you got, this is our therapy session, and so we're always saying, well, when it comes to finances, we got to make sure that 70 and 80-year-old Angela and Sanchez is straight, and we got to make sure our money right, so this is why we do what we do.
Yeah, because the moves we're making right now financially has nothing to do with this version of us
right now. And
the moves we're making financially has everything to do with the 10 to 15 to the 20-year-old version from this point of ourselves, because at that point we don't want to look back on this version of ourselves and be mad.
Right.
Like I look back on a 20-year-old version of myself, pissed off at that dude because his priorities were so screwed up. Right. And what he thought in life was important wasn't important. And so now I'm behind this 42-year-old version is behind the 8 ball, trying to undo what that version of me did.
But the crazy part about it, that we're so hypocritical, because if that's the case, then we should still, how we got all the money we need, but our body can't make it. Our body is broke down. Our body is bent over. Our body is sick.
Our knees hurt. Our back hurt.
Our back hurt. So we can have all of that. We can't enjoy it because we're not healthy and whole. No. And so that's the issue that we're having. That's the issue. We found the scripture, and we decided this would be our scripture in reference to this, whatever this journey is, this daily journey. Yeah. I don't want to give it a 30-day, our daily journey of life.
So before you do that, so let's spend the last time. So we've kind of talked about what the issue is. We've talked about where we are. So let's spend the last part of the podcast talking about, okay, so how do we fix it? And what do we do different? So where do we go from here? And I think that leads into the foundational scripture you're about to say.
Yeah, I think.
But where do we go from here?
Discipline.
Ooh, that's a nasty
I
word.
think that the bottom
Stop
line
cursing
to
on
be
air.
honest and be as transparent as we can when it comes to our health. We are not disciplined.
Okay.
Because I know people are listening, going, okay, and what? Okay, and what? Okay, so here's the scoop: the Crenshaws, when it comes to their health, they are not disciplined.
Now we're very, to be
We're
honest,
not
once again,
disciplined.
truth table. So we're very lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Now, if you come at us with a problem, if you come at us with something that needs to be fixed, relationship issues, parenting issues, financial issues, we can do it.
Right.
We're gun ho. We're all in it. Come to us about our own personal health. That can wait till tomorrow.
Because we take everything for granted. We take the body for granted.
We do.
But I don't want 60 and 70-year-old Angela to be bent over. I don't want her to be unhealthy. I want her hormones to be under control. I want her to live her best 70, 60-year-old life.
You got to be, because you can't.
know?
You're already close to the ground as it is. So if you bend over,
Oh, you got jokes?
You can't get that much closer.
You
to
got
the ground.
jokes?
I'm just.
I'm about to
saying.
kick you in the bad knees.
Ooh, don't do that. My mom already did that. Don't do
Right.
that.
So
what's the scripture?
So we found the scripture. Baby, bruh. See, he's pointing at me, telling me to move.
Okay, since you want to do that, since you want to do this, since you want to have that conversation, because you keep sounding like you're in a wind tunnel, because you go directly into the mic and then you go 5 feet away from the mic, so they can hear that. It doesn't make for a good hearing experience.
Viewing or
experience.
what's
See,
experience?
You got me.
What
all,
experience?
You got
What
me,
experience?
you
What
got me
experience you
over
want these
here.
people to have? What do you want the family to have? Listen, he know I am very interactive, so I'm just. It
Be
is
interactive
so
in the mic, man.
guys. It is so difficult for me when I'm doing this podcast with you guys to kind of like be right here under this mic. I just want y'all to know my hands, my everything be moving. But okay, I'm gonna
The
do
Crenshaw
it.
Corner at gmail.com. Once again, the Crenshaw Corner at gmail.com.
Why you keep saying
Please
that?
submit all resumes. If you have any co-hosting experience, it will help if your last name is Crenshaw, but we can work around that.
Whatever. So I'm trying to be here, people. I'm trying to be here for you, family. So I am. Okay. So Hebrews 12:11 says, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time." This is the NIV version. "But painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." And so that's our scripture.
Yeah.
To
Because
be disciplined.
It's that discipline thing.
It's the discipline.
And once again, we can be very, military precision when it comes to certain things in our life. But for whatever reason, when it comes to that health, and we started the podcast by saying having the conversation that health is wealth.
Yeah.
But when it comes to our personal health, we're financially bankrupt when it comes to our personal health.
So now we are going to go ahead, and we decided to go ahead and do what they call that when you file bankruptcy.
File bankruptcy.
We're filing bankruptcy.
We are filing health bankruptcy.
We're filing health bankruptcy, and we went to see some financial health people. And we're going to take it one day at a time. We're not going to say we're on a 30-day program. We're going to say that we're on a day-by-day program.
Yeah.
But we're not even going to say that it's a health program.
It's a life program.
It's a discipline program.
It's a discipline
It's
program.
a discipline. It's going to be a program about being disciplined.
And somebody listening to us right now needs to sit down and have this conversation, not with their spouse, not with their significant other, not with their children. They need to sit down and have this conversation with themselves.
Yeah.
Because they are very disciplined in a lot of facets of their life. But when it comes to their own personal health, they can't say they're disciplined.
Yeah.
And they need to sit down and have this particular conversation with themselves.
It's serious. I think the thing for us is to be disciplined. So the goal is to do it one day at a time. And be excited about the non-scale victories, not getting on the scale, not worrying about it, but how does our inside feel? And I think that's how do I feel inside?
How do you personally feel? How do you overall feel? Also, one thing that I want you to do is that, and one of the hardest things, and I'm still struggling with this myself, is that I need you, and I've said this before, I need you to come out of self. And what I mean by that is that what you're doing is not for you right now.
It is not.
It is not. Everything that you do from this point on cannot be about this version of you. Everything you do from this point on has to be for the 10-year, 15-year, 20-year version of yourself. And
Yeah.
I know, trust me, I know tomorrow's not promised. I get that. However, you still have to build towards it like it's going to come. Mm-hmm. Because what you don't want to do is what it say, YOLO, what is it? What does YOLO mean again?
Living like it's your last.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something dumb.
We're not hip.
I'm not hip. I'm
We're
not a
not
millennial.
hip.
Something dumb. But what you
We're
don't,
the kids when you need
I don't know. But what you don't want to do is live like there's no tomorrow, and then when tomorrow comes, you're not prepared for it, and now you're angry and you're mad.
Yeah.
So it's time to start. It's time to start worrying about that 10-year version of you, because I promise you, if you don't, they're gonna be so mad at you.
Not even that, but it comes fast. Time does not wait for no one. It's still blowing my mind that we're going to the end of July June about to go into July.
Yeah, we're about to go into
That
July.
blows my mind.
Before you know it'll be Christmas.
Something that we thought with the COVID that we was like, oh, it'll just be 30 days, have become so much longer.
3 months into it now?
Yeah, almost
4 months into
almost
it
4
now?
months, and becoming much longer than what we thought. And I think that I owe myself an apology for giving everybody my best, but not giving my best to myself.
Whoa.
So I that's something I'm gonna have to do tonight, is apologize to myself.
That's deep.
Seriously.
No, seriously. I'm not trying to be
Seriously.
funny. That's deep.
Seriously, I owe myself an apology.
That's crazy because, the reason I say that's crazy because I know a lot of people, a lot of the family that's listening to us right now can say that same thing.
Yeah.
That they've given the best of them to everybody else,
Yeah.
and have not given it to themselves.
I know I haven't.
Because
when it
I
comes to
can
my
say
health.
that, yeah. Because I
Yeah,
can, because
I
I
know
can
it.
say, even I'm on furlough from my job. I've been furloughed since May. Yeah.
Has it been May?
It's been May because, the team got dispersed on May 10th. I left before the team. Yeah, so early May.
Yeah, very early May.
Yeah, very early May, like
Wow,
the 1st of
first
May.
week of
Yeah, something
May.
like that. So, but even with that, and I'm not scheduled to go back until like end of July, maybe 1st of August. But like if my boss called me right now, I drop everything and help him because that's what I do.
Right.
Or like if somebody call me right now, they need something, I'll drop whatever I'm doing. I'll go help because that's how I'm built.
Right.
But I won't do that same for me.
For yourself.
If I call me and say I need your help with my health, I'm like, yeah, I'm a little busy right now.
Well, I want to lay down.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, that's good, babe.
Yeah, my knee hurt, and I'm gonna get back to you when my knee
Yeah.
stop hurting.
Yeah.
Even though my knee don't hurt, but it hurt.
Yeah.
But I do that. And so when you said that, it was an aha moment because that's how a lot of us live.
And you know the thing about us too, we lack no good thing.
We don't.
Right? So we have weights.
We do.
You have a bike.
I have a bike.
We have P90X, insane. I mean, if you think of anything that's only one he wouldn't let me have was not the Zoom, but the
Which one?
Oh my gosh, the guy was dancing. He was like, "No, I think this is fitness porn."
I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
I don't
But
know what
anyway,
you're talking about.
so it's not that we don't have the tools, because that's another thing. It's not that we don't have the tools, because that's not the case. We have all the tools that we need to do what we need to do, but we lack the discipline in this area. And also to be okay and not beat myself down also. So there's two things I have to apologize to myself because I haven't taken care of myself, but I also have to make sure that I understand not to condemn myself because I haven't done what I was supposed to do. So I don't want to condemn myself and beat myself up, but I haven't. As long as I have breath in my body, I have an opportunity and a chance to change that. And that's where we are right now, is taking it one day at a time, you know?
And here's the thing. Here's what I love, what you just said. It's the not condemning yourself, because we do that all the time. We get caught up in, okay, I made a mistake, or okay, I fell off a little bit, or okay, this is not where I wanted to be. And so we either get frustrated and we stop, or we start beating up ourselves, and that's what we can't do. Because I think sometimes we forget that we are still human, and as humans, we make mistakes. And the best thing about making a mistake is that you're to learn from it,
right?
And then move on. You know, it's not that as humans we're not supposed to be perfect. We can't.
Right.
You know, we're flawed creations.
Yes.
So we're not supposed to be perfect. But what we are supposed to do is be teachable.
Right.
And we have to learn from the mistakes that we make. And a lot of the times the reason we keep making the same mistakes over again is because we haven't learned the lesson within that mistake. And I think that's what happens with us when it comes to our health. For some reason, we haven't learned the lesson within that particular mistake, so we keep making that same mistake over and over again.
Yeah.
But like you said, we're at a point now where we have no other choice.
No other choice, guys.
We have to do this thing the correct way.
Yeah.
Because before we know it,
kids say yeah.
Yes. Before we know it, instead of the 52 and the 42-year-old version of us sitting down and having a conversation, before we blink an eye, it's going to be the 60, the 62, and the 52-year-old version.
Yes.
And to be honest, I don't want to still be having that same conversation that, I'm still heavy. I still can't sleep. I ate a chicken wing last night and it got caught in my throat. I don't want to be having those conversations.
I don't want that. I've had acid reflux, IBS. I mean, we just out here being transparent, people.
Yeah.
Acid reflux. I have, but I don't have that anymore. But I have IBS and I have diverticulitis. They took my gallbladder. Things that all this stuff that's happening to my body, which should have been a quick wake up call for me to change my health plan. And that's the crazy part about it. Okay, so here's the thing. Every November, is it?
Yeah.
Every November, the company comes to you and says, hey, are you renewing your health plan?
Yeah.
Right? And they go, do you still want dental? Do you still want vision? Do you still want this? Do you still want that? And we sign up. And we know that we have to do it right away, because if we don't, the window of opportunity closes
quick on
and you have no health benefits, right? And I think that maybe we need to carry ourselves in that manner where, okay, on November whatever, it's time to check on your health benefits. Have you utilized your health benefits? Have you, you personally, the benefits of having good health. You know what I'm saying? Like a check-in on yourself health-wise. And I think that because if you haven't, you're going to lose the benefits. And if I have not, I will lose the benefits of having a healthy gut, basically. Good knees. You know what I'm saying? A good, healthy body. Those things that I've locked myself out of because I didn't take care of myself, or I didn't sign up for my health plan. Did any of that make sense? What I said?
It makes sense. But one thing I want to do one quick analogy before we get into final thoughts.
Yeah, because it's the midweek moment.
And wrap this
We
up.
already in the 45 minutes. We was about to go.
So here's my analogy. So whether you're in a relationship or not, I want you to think of the person that's most important to you. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a person.
That one person.
Everyone has that one person. Be it friend, be it family member, whatever. Everyone has that one person that they cannot imagine their life without. Mm-hmm. Now, what I want you to do is actually imagine your life without that person. Mm-hmm. Not have never met the person, but as close as you are, as much as you love each other, as much time as you spend, and then one day that person is gone.
Right.
Never to return.
Right.
How would you feel about that? Mm-hmm. What kind of pain would that bring into your life? What kind of loss? What kind of void would that bring?
Right.
Now, what I want you to do is imagine that same scenario, but instead of a person, imagine it's your health. Mm-hmm. What would you do if your health went away?
Come on, Sanchez.
What would you do if you're a person that likes walking and you lose the ability to walk like you used to because now your knees are bad because it's carrying too much weight.
Come on.
Or now that you're carrying too much weight on your back, and so now your back doesn't quite act the way it should. Mm-hmm. Or in your case, like your gallbladder. Or because whether you're skinny or overweight, you still can have health issues.
Right.
Because you can be skinny and unhealthy.
Right.
So, or you start having heart issues or high blood pressure. Mm-hmm. Now you've lost the mobility to live the life that you were accustomed to living, because now the health that you had has now gone away.
Right, right.
What would you do?
Wow.
So here's the thing, because that's so preventable.
Right.
Losing a loved one, a lot of the times we have no control over that. Mm-hmm. However, our health. Yeah. Now, caveat, I understand there are some things that just happen.
Just happens.
There are some things that you can't plan for, no matter. You can be a marathon runner, someone that runs every day, only eats vegetables, has never ate a piece of meat in their life.
Can happen.
And something happens. I get that.
Right.
But your base core health.
Right. The foundation.
The foundation of your health.
Right.
You can control.
Yeah.
So what is it going to take? So for me, at this point, am I even really serious? Am I serious about my health now? Because now I'm on a machine.
Right.
I'm literally on a machine that keeps me alive at night. Mm-hmm. Because without the machine,
right.
there is a possibility that one of those times, because I don't know how far back your guys' memory go, but there have been some people that really have died from sleep apnea.
Right.
This has happened.
Right.
So do I want to be a person that goes to bed on a Monday night and don't rise up Tuesday morning because I did not wake up because I couldn't breathe?
Right. And and with that being serious, is that enough to make you be serious? Because that's another thing. What is it going to take for us to be serious, right? And so will it take that so you no longer have, because there are people who sleep apnea goes away. If they do certain things, they lose the weight, they do this, they do that, it can go away. So are you serious enough to not want to wear the Darth Vader, mask? No, because I think that's the thing is,
no, it's just the way you
how
said it,
serious does it? I know.
It's just the way you said it,
how serious do we have? What seriousness has to happen to us to be serious?
To be truly
I
serious.
mean, the gallbladder gone, the stump still having the stump. What is it that has to happen to me to say, hey,
yeah,
I'm gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so what's your final thought?
my final thought, I'm gonna read it again. Again, I believe it's discipline.
Right.
And I want to be disciplined. I'm disciplined in so many areas of my life to a fault sometimes,
Yeah,
to be honest.
To being annoying sometimes.
I know, but I'm disciplined, but I need to be disciplined. And so again, just Hebrews 12:11, no discipline seems pleasant at the time. This is not going to feel good. This day-to-day thing that we're choosing to do is not going to feel good, but painful. But later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. I want peace in my body. I want to make peace with my body. I want to make peace with my health. I don't want me and my health to always be at battle and at war. This is one of the things that, like the scripture says, that I want peace. But I need to be trained by discipline, and I need to be disciplined with it. So that's my final thought about it.
All right. So my final thought is going to be something I said earlier. Stop being selfish. And what I mean by that is everything you do, whether it's health-wise, financial-wise, whether it's relationship-wise, whether it's spiritual-wise, emotional, whatever it is, everything that you do has to be for the future version of yourself.
Yeah.
And not for the current version. You can't live in right now when it comes to you. Mm-hmm. You cannot live in what's benefiting me right now. Mm-hmm. When you live, you have to live in a way that benefits you, the future version of yourself.
Because you have to consider it.
You have to be considerate to that future version of yourself, because that version, you don't want that version to kind of figure out time travel to come back and punch you in the face. Mm-hmm. That's not what you want.
Not what you want.
You want to be able to set them up in a way that's respectful to them, that shows you care for them, and that shows you love them.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be my final thought.
Yes.
So family, we thank you as
that
always.
Was hard.
Yeah,
that
but
was hard
sometimes
putting that out there.
Sometimes you got to be honest. Sometimes you got to be honest with yourself.
Yes.
You got to be brutally honest with yourself.
With myself. Myself is out of control.
Yeah, because the only way you're going to move forward in anything in life is that it has to start with being honest, and you have to start with being honest to yourself. Because here's the thing. If you can lie to you, you can lie to anybody.
Yeah, and I don't need that because I'm 5'2" and I'm 210 or 11 pounds. That's not good.
Yeah.
I'm saying this out loud for everybody to hear it, to know that's a too small a frame for that.
Yeah.
And also to make me not only be disciplined but accountable to my truth.
So, family, as always, we thank you for being a part of this journey.
Thank you.
We thank you however you're listening to us, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's on Podbean, whether it's on Spotify, whether it's on Google Play Music, whether it's on iHeartRadio, or if you are listening to us via our website, which is www.thecrenshawcorner.com. And you know what? One thing I did forget to mention is that we're an interactive podcast.
We are an interactive podcast.
You can find us on the socials, which means we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, all in the Crenshaw Corner.
All in the Crenshaw Corner.
You can email us. You can email us.
You can
I don't know what just happened there.
You can what?
Words are hard sometimes.
Words are hard.
Wording is hard.
This was a hard topic.
But you can email us at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, the email address is thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. And family, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.